Hi, I'm Rich Torrey. Welcome to another Level Up Cartooning. All you ever need to follow along with me is a pencil and paper. It doesn't get any easier than that, right? So if you were with me on Wednesday, then you know we're drawing some of the heroes or good guys of TV and film animation. And that this week, we've gone all the way back to the humble beginnings of animation, drawing two of the early heroes. We started with the first superstar of animation, Felix the Cat. Today we're going to draw Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, a character that, had it not been for the lousy contract Walt Disney signed to get Oswald cartoons distributed, there may never have been a Mickey Mouse, as Oswald would have been the character to launch the Disney empire. But with the control of Oswald taken out of Walt's hands, he was forced to come up with another character, which turned out to be Mickey Mouse. Anyways, as with Felix, we've drawn Oswald once before, early on in Level Up Cartooning. But unlike that one, today we're going to use Oswald in one of our dynamic pose exercises. We'll start with a basic pose for Oswald, and then we'll use those proportions to draw some other dynamic poses of Oswald around that first pose. It's a great exercise to really level up your understanding of how to draw characters in action. Anyways, before we get started, make sure you hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button, as it helps this channel to grow, and hit the bell so you never miss a lesson. Okay? So let's draw Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. We're going to draw Oswald step by step, giving you the secret formula to be able to draw him again and again. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know I normally use the character's head to figure out how big the entire character is. Oswald, like Felix, is basically 2.5 heads tall. In other words, however tall his head is, the whole character is about 2.5 of those, not counting his big ears. Okay, so let's start with a roadmap for Oswald the Lucky Rabbit in our dynamic pose exercise. So there's our roadmap for Oswald. Now we're on to step 2. In this step, we do what I call roughing out the features. I want to remind you that until the third and final step, you want to draw as light as possible. You'll see that I use guidelines to help me to know where to put Oswald's eyes, nose, mouth, and some of the other things. We don't want those guidelines in the final drawing, so you want to draw them light enough to be able to erase them easily. Okay? So let's rough out the features for Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Okay, so there are the roughed out features of Oswald. So now with the roadmap done and the features roughed out, it's time for the final step. In step 3, we get to have fun. We get to draw the final details of Oswald. We don't have to guess where to put things because we've already done all the hard work figuring that out. In this step, it's okay to draw darker, but don't press too hard or mindlessly retrace over the lines you've already drawn. Always draw with an eye on tweaking and improving until the very end. So let's draw in the details for Oswald. Alrighty, there he is, Disney's first star, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. So how do you think you did? Understand, if you've never drawn Oswald before, you cannot expect to have drawn him perfectly, especially with these extra poses. You'll notice I don't spend time darkening in Oswald or coloring him during this video because I want my lesson to focus solely on the drawing process. Now you have the secret formula, the process for drawing Oswald. And with that, you can draw him again and again. And by all means, darken in his body and color him when you're done. I promise each time you draw him, it'll be a little better and a little easier. I also promise the more you work with me, the better you're going to get at all of your cartoon characters. For those of you who want to go a little deeper, click on the link below for my free 4-part drawing series, where I spend more time explaining the details and the thinking behind each step in what I call the level up cartooning process. So I'd love to see your drawing of Oswald. If you can, take a picture and post it on either Facebook or Instagram. And don't forget to include the hashtag #LevelUpCartooning. I hope you enjoyed our little dynamic pose exercise with Oswald. Remember to subscribe, and thanks for joining me. Until next time, keep drawing, my friends.